Welcome to another episode of the Live Beyond Average podcast. This is the first podcast on the new podcast desk. Yes, Dad built this for us, and so I thought it was totally fitting to have my brother Matthew on for the first podcast on the desk. We still have some work to do.
Yeah.
We got some stuff to come in. We have mics yet. We have to decorate and finish up the backdrop wall. We got a lot of stuff that's going to be changing up back here behind us. We're going to make it a little bit more like, a little more lifestyle stuff. Some of our stuff is just our favorite, stuff we enjoy, stuff we love to do. So like more sports stuff, some hunting stuff. So it's not going to be all just dead animals behind us, kind of like you've seen in the first 100 and some episodes with all of our deer and elk back here. But a little change up there. But it'll be fun. It is a cold day, mid-February. Wind chill's negative 36 out right now.
Yeah.
And negative like 16 this morning, dude. It is cold.
It's very cold.
Yeah, but you've been hammering out inside all week, though.
Yeah, it's been nice. But every time I've gone outside, I'm thankful to be outside finally. It's been just, dang near sunrise to sundown inside, sitting at a desk. So
Yeah, tell me a little bit about what you've been working on. So you've been hammering out a huge editing project.
yeah, so I got hired on as a freelancer to rough edit and put together a hour-long documentary on the North Dakota bison.
Okay, nice.
So, yeah.
So you've just been living in front of a computer screen.
Yeah, we have like 6 terabytes of footage over the course of 80 years.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so we actually have some footage from like the 40s, just a little bit.
That's a special project.
It's
to be
pretty.
working
It's
on.
pretty cool. Like, and if you know me, I've never watched hardly any football, and I've grown to like football just in the last few days, almost.
Yeah.
And learning about the Bison and how great of a team they've been.
Mhm.
It's insane. Like they went on a 25-game winning streak, beat I forget what it was called, the Big Five or something.
Sure.
They had 4 or 5 wins of teams you're not supposed to win.
Yep.
At all.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah, and obviously they've won 8 out of the last 9 FCS.
Yeah.
FCS. Am I saying that right?
I think so.
Championships. There's
Yeah.
the B. Yeah. I'm not well versed in college football. NFL I can speak a little bit better too.
Yeah.
College, yeah, not as much, but yeah, they're unreal.
Yeah.
And they do. They beat. I'm actually surprised they're still in that other tier league. Compared to not bumping up a tier. I think they could go play some of those teams, play in the Big Ten,
Yeah.
and do well. They're unreal. So what difference for you? You're working on this project differently than some of your own projects. What's the difference? Because you guys have a 5-man crew, 4-man crew down there right now, right?
Right.
On this project. What's the difference between what you're
So,
used to doing in this?
the last 8 years that we've been filming or so, we've never worked with the script.
Okay. Yep.
I've always just grabbed a camera and gone and shot.
Right.
Kind of knew what I was supposed to get, and that was about as far as that went. With this, we have a script. It's kind of being created on the go as well.
Okay.
We have an overall outline done, but as far as terminology and paragraphing goes throughout it, that's all being done as I'm editing.
Wow.
So I'm bouncing back and forth between Google Docs and Premiere, just putting things together.
That's insane.
So
yeah.
it's a learning curve, and it's really nice and fun and a challenge.
Yeah, a whole new challenge, different than just throwing your stuff into music and
Yeah.
our voiceover that we already have laying there.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So you're working right next to a guy who's writing script,
Yeah.
and next to another guy who's filtering more footage.
Yeah.
That's insane. So it's kind of it's movie-esque.
It is.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool. So besides the big documentary you're working on, tell me a little bit about. Last time you were on the podcast, you had we're a week into moving to Sioux Falls.
Yeah. We'd just published your first workout video that we did.
That's right.
So we've done a few since then.
Yeah, tell me about your projects that you've been working on from, how long have you been in Sioux Falls now? 2 months?
2 months to 2 months today.
That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy that we're sitting here right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been in Sioux Falls 2 months. Tell us a little bit about all the projects you've done. Let's just go over them.
So the first project I think I did was that look inside my head. That was kind of the portfolio.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, yeah. with like roll from out in California.
Yep. I've been
You had like some of our footage in there. You had some of Brett's from Antelope Creek Wildlife and Ponds in there.
Yep.
What else was in that one? Is there some more?
we had Rolk, we had you elk hunting in New Mexico.
Yep.
We had
Which is unseen footage.
Yeah, all that was.
So if you want to see some stuff that's unseen, this is cool. Math on what's your YouTube channel?
It's MFLEYE.
So M fly like I.
Yep.
Instead of fly like FLOY.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So if you want to see this unseen footage, we have DeRolk out in LA. Which if you don't follow him and see some of his stuff, it's pretty rad.
Yeah, he's very cool.
Yeah, cool dude. We got to work with him. Out there for a week, I suppose.
Yep.
Last winter.
Yep.
It's been 2 winters
2 years ago.
That's seriously, it's unreal.
Yeah.
We destroyed a camera while we were out there. Making short story long here. We had our big main cam out filming. We had 2 cams rolling.
Yep.
For a workout, and dude, tell the story.
So Jordan was running a DSLR.
Yeah.
On the beach.
First night there for a week shoot.
Yeah. Maybe it was a couple days in. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
But Jordan was on the
early.
beach DSLR, and I was in the water, 6 inches in or so, getting a shot inward, shooting towards land, and I had a rogue wave come up behind me, and I just immediately put the camera up like this, and I looked over at Jordan, he looked at me and just shook his head like, oh no.
As there's water, his hand's up in the air, but there's water dripping out of the back of the camera.
Yes.
And I'm instantly just pissed.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to like hide the pissed off emotion.
Right. We're in the middle of a shoot.
Middle of a shoot, man. Yeah.
So, camera turns off. I go put it away. Jordan hands me the DSLR, and I shoot the rest.
With our backup cam,
With the backup
thankfully we
cam.
had. But that backup cam isn't 4K.
That was an old
at
DSLR.
the time. Yeah, it wasn't the one we have now.
Yeah.
And so, we had to go that night. Luckily, we're in LA and there's camera rentals.
We found a place that night. We
Yes.
went and got it in the morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're in LA, so there's camera rentals everywhere.
Yeah.
But we were actually shooting for another company, and so we used their company card to rent the camera. It's their shoot.
Yeah.
So we used their company card to rent the camera, which was nice.
Yeah.
And rented pretty much the same camera we owned, which was awesome.
Yeah, I think it was like a minor step up, potentially.
Step down, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
It had like a finer focus.
Mm-hmm.
It was,
just less optical zoom, essentially.
it was great for interviews, which is what we were doing.
It was actually better.
So, it was perfect.
Yeah. So it worked out, and then we got obviously we replaced our camera, but that we joke around about it now, but that sucked.
Yeah, that was stressful
man.
for a day.
Yeah. So then you have DeRolk in that Look Inside My Head video. You have some of my unseen elk footage from 2019.
We have some dentist office material, just a few shots.
And they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty depth. Again, some of Antelope Creek Wildlife and Pond stuff, some drone stuff that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Of him with some giant burns.
Yeah.
So they burn huge fields, and some of that aerial footage is wicked.
Yeah, that little sequence goes from him burning for new growth, and then I have him planting trees in the last segment. So it was a little, just a, circle of life thing.
Yeah, oh, totally. Yeah, the in-depth stuff that maybe some people don't notice.
Right.
Which is, why it's called Look Inside My Head, right?
Yeah.
All right, so from there, that was kind of your first, get going, build some portfolio stuff while you're out here.
Yep.
And then we filmed that workout video that you just showed up to. We talked about that in the last podcast, which was awesome. Got some sweet feedback on that.
Yeah.
Kind of led to some other things. So let's go into some of the next projects.
So the next one I did was called, so this was God working in the ways he does. But the next one, I didn't have a title yet. And I went and filmed Zach Healy.
Which he's been on the show a couple times.
Yep, he's co-host, Run to Gun and all that. And the podcast.
Yeah.
And he's a CrossFitter. I think I filmed in there once a few years ago.
Okay.
With you guys.
Not me. Nope,
Okay,
I've never been in there.
Okay. Well, I don't even know what it would have been for then. But so I didn't really know how I was going to shoot.
Yeah.
I knew it couldn't have been too different because it's still a workout. But anyway, we went in there and did that and filmed the workout. The only staged shot, and it wouldn't even consider it staged, but I climbed up on a scaffolding for his rope climb.
Which perfect, because they were like doing some remodeling in there,
Yeah,
so they had that
we
scaffolding.
rolled the scaffolding out of the corner.
Yeah, perfect.
Zach's like, dude, let's just do it. I'm like, all right, whatever.
He told me a story that you did not want to climb up
I
there,
did.
by the way.
I didn't want to climb up there because it was like,
and he kept on being like, come on, dude.
yeah, it
come
was
on.
like probably 14 feet up there. And the thing was wobbling.
It's
and
just
old.
salad. It's old. That shot was epic, by the
It
way.
switched up the whole video. It was cool. Yeah.
Well, and you did this like change of speed
Yeah.
on the climb. It was really cool. Like that shot when I was watching that video, I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. So we did that. That was the only really shot that we stopped what we were doing to get.
So everything else was just live
So
action.
everything else is real, like how typically we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was that video.
So let's get into that video a little bit more though, like the creative side, what happened,
Right.
some of the voiceover, kind of changed your
So-
thinking a little bit, right?
Yeah. So we did the voiceover after we filmed. Went
Okay.
out to my Jeep, mic'd him up, and I had mentioned a couple things about what he could talk about because he seemed like he didn't quite know at the time.
Okay.
He did the entire time, I know now, but
Yeah.
he didn't at first to me. And so I was mentioning like, hey, like we just got into the new year. You could talk anything about that. I'm like, it seemed really basic, but it was the only thing in my head.
Yeah.
And he knew what he was going to say the entire time. And he ended up referencing Psalms 18, I believe. And at the end, he mentioned about just pushing further than what you're comfortable with. And so he had stated that, did his voiceover, and I went and started editing afterwards, and I had all these shots of his hands. And the verse he had said was, he trains my hands for war so I can bend a bow of bronze. And I'm like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
And like even that hand shot that is slow mode right before the video really gets into action, like that wasn't staged. Like
No, and it was crystal, like the focus on it, like some of that powder that was
Yeah.
like, and it almost looks like you went and bought a special effect
Mhm.
for the powder, the way it like crystals in the air.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's
It's
all
not.
real, like live action,
Yeah.
unstaged,
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah,
dude.
it
And
turned
you
out
never
great.
shoot hand shots.
Mhm.
You've been filming for me for years. I don't think we
Yeah.
have, but maybe like one or two
Yeah.
in years that you
Right.
film like that. So like it goes to show you, like, yeah, meant to be.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So when I was looking for a song, because I did like the intro with the not somber. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Just
Ambient.
ambient music in the background at
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
When I completed that, I went and started looking for a song. I knew I didn't want hip hop, so I just went to
hard change for you.
so I went to a rock playlist
Okay.
and just started clicking. I gave a song 4 seconds basically.
Yeah.
And I just clicked in the middle of it, and I came across one. I clicked play, and I'm like, this is it. And the title is stayed in my head, and I'm like, this is weird. I'm
Yeah.
like, so I just did a video called "Look Inside My Head," and it's weird to me anyway.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, this is no question the song. I
Right.
put it in there, and it was just perfect.
That's
Like, I
cool.
loved it.
Oh yeah, it did fit the mood.
Yeah.
Like the mood that you were already editing, just
Yep.
it fit everything.
Yep.
It's an awesome video. If you have a chance to jump on MFly's YouTube channel or the Camino One Creative, you just dropped it on the Camino One Creative Facebook page
And website.
and Instagram. So
Yeah.
check that. Yeah, and website. So Camino
Yeah.
One at Camino One.
Yeah.
So and it's ONE, right?
Yep.
Yep. So CAMINO Creative.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so that's starting to adjust your mindset on some of these videos you're making now. So let's
Yeah.
get into the next one that you created.
So we did the Seeker promo, I believe.
Oh yeah,
We did
we did that really quick
yeah, that was like,
for the new flavor.
yeah, we just went out south of town here and shot for 40 minutes.
Yeah, super simple,
Yep.
quick.
Put it together in 30 minutes,
Yeah. And it goes, and that was for our new flavor drop. I'm drinking the lime right now, but that's for the countryside strawberry. But yeah, that was kind of cool, just like that basic, get content out there quick
Right.
and just show, hey, this is the new product that's available. It was more of that drive traffic to the website style video.
Yep.
But yeah, it turned out great. So
Yeah, that drone shot in there. Whew,
oh,
that thing. And the music. I picked like a Batman-esque
it is Batman-y.
Christopher Nolan. It was really cool. Like when I played it back and watched it, and that drone shot hits, and all the horns.
Yes, and I'm like walking up this big hill,
Yeah.
and I have the seeker in the bottle, and like all of a sudden, like it flares up this drone elevating over this huge foresty snow covered forest,
Yeah.
and it just looks cool. And it's
Yeah.
mid morning,
Yeah.
so you have that. We were facing west, so that sun was just beating on all the trees with the
Yeah.
snow. It
Yeah.
was a cool shot,
Yeah.
really cool shot. So underrated.
Yeah, it was very cool.
You know, some people get those shots by accident. We get them by accident sometimes, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's like you get there and you know exactly what you're gonna do.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. All right, next vid.
So might be a little out of order because I've done a couple random freelance projects. But
Yeah,
we're just going up the
right.
list here. So me and you did. I had just asked you if I could just come film. I was down here for the Super Bowl, I think. Down here watching, and I asked you if we could film the next day or something, just
Yeah.
another workout video. Just I wanted to do something, and so we came down here and did that. And I knew I needed to switch it up because I've done 2 workout videos. They were kind of similar, and so I knew if I was going to put out another one this close to the other 2, it needed to be different types of shots.
Yeah.
Maybe put together a little differently.
And you're filming the same guy now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're filming me again.
And I had that in mind too. I'm like,
Right.
we cannot do another one that's similar.
Right. Because we've taken a lot of pride in like filming. We filmed 6 seasons
Yeah.
or 5 to 6 seasons of Run 2 on TV where we were filming workouts for every single episode. And we talked about how we had taken so much pride in we never doubled up a workout. And
Yep.
we rarely even used the same exercise in...
I don't think you did until season 5.
Yeah, I think we went season 5 without even doubling up an
Or 6.
exercise.
Mhm.
And then 6, maybe we used another exercise once or twice, but like in a different, in a different circuit.
Yeah.
But we went 5-6 years without ever doubling up an exercise for TV.
Yeah.
And so we were taking a lot of pride in that. So then he mentioned like, yeah, I'm filming you again. I gotta do something different. And you were stressing about it a little bit. I could tell, when we hit the gym.
Yeah.
But I was like, all right, I picked out these exercises. And I picked out exercises that I really haven't been doing for years. Like,
Sure.
I kind of went back to my old school bodybuilding days. I've been doing more of that
Yep.
circuity CrossFit style for a couple years.
Get the heart rate up.
And I kind of went back to, okay, I'm going to give you a couple just like bigger lifts in a row. Still circuiting them to get my heart rate up because
Yep.
I needed that type of training. But like, yeah, I gave you like an Arnold press, some bicep curls, and some like T-bar rows.
Yeah.
And then I got to throw in my overhead lunges, which is definitely not a bodybuilding movement.
Yeah.
But like, I gave you those 3 like more bodybuilding, and I think it was cool because it slowed it down just enough for you to capture these new style of shots
Yeah.
that were unreal. I had never really seen them.
Some of them turned out really good. I had so the video or the shot that video closes out on, I was like, when I put it in there, it was almost perfect. The camera ended up losing focus as the shot went out. So the shot in the video, I do a zoom out effect on the barbell.
Okay.
And I have a sound in there that I played with, and it sounds like a samurai sword. It's like, phew. So it makes the zoom out on the dumbbell, and your arm goes down and the camera goes out.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's this weird effect. And
Nice.
right when like your hand gets down here, the camera loses focus, and so I had to cut it short.
Sure.
Excuse me. Otherwise, it would have been the shot. That's the one shot in there that I'm like, it was so close to being exactly what I wanted it to be.
It bums you out sitting
But
there.
it's still really cool. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
so close to being where I wanted it to be.
Dude, and what's funny is like you mentioned those sounds, like in all your videos, you have some of these like hidden sounds and stuff like that. Like if you're listening to them on your phone, you can't really hear them. I noticed that 'cause I didn't know that on that video.
Mhm.
And then I played it with like my nice headphones on, and I was like, oh, and then oh,
You can
like I
hear
kept
all
hearing
these-
these little like subtle like sound effects and like it's true FX,
Yeah.
And then I was really stoked. I was like, oh, dude, this video is really next level. Because
Yeah.
you go from watching the video and you're like, yeah, that's really nice.
Mhm.
And then you see some of the transitions and like natural transitions, which takes insane talent in my mind. And I'm like, that's next level. But then I didn't realize it till like the day later when I was in the gym and I happened to like have my headphones on and I put it on again one more time and I heard everything.
Mhm.
And then I was like,
Oh.
okay, this video is really next level. And that's like all these things come together and it's just insane.
Yeah.
That video, what's that? What did you call that video again?
That one's just Live Beyond
Live Beyond.
Average.
Oh yeah, because I did the voiceover for
Yeah.
that on what living beyond average is, because that's part of what that's been our mantra for Run Again for years.
Yep.
But part of what I'm going to be doing in 2020 is pushing that even further and really explaining what that means.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we've never really explained to people what that means to us. We've
Yeah,
talked
it's
about it, like we preach, hey, live beyond average, live,
Yeah.
and we've talked a little bit about in some of the episodes during the workouts, you get a glimpse on like, we say stuff, but we've never been like, this is what it is.
Yep.
And so I started preluding a little bit of that, and I'm working on a project right now that's going to gear towards that. Like you hear me mention, like it's an arrow of live beyond average. So that's like a little prelude of some stuff I'm working on.
Sweet.
That I haven't even like talked to you about yet. But yeah, like if you check out this Live Beyond Average video on Matthew's channels, like you'll get a prelude of some stuff you're going to see this year on the Run to End. It's kind of hidden. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, sweet.
So,
Yeah.
all right.
So that one was, I think I took some cues from because I used to make a couple Twitch videos for Instagram. Those really fast ones.
They're awesome.
This one feels more like almost that style in some ways. Like it's faster. It's a little shorter.
Yeah, it's
and
like, what, 26 seconds? What is it?
No, this one is 1:15.
Oh, that's right.
There's
That's right.
only like 40 seconds of workout.
Yes, because the first part is voiceover. Like, yeah.
Yeah, there's different shots in there. I had somebody mention to me the other day that side, or when I followed your arm.
Oh, that's such a sick
I
shot.
had somebody mention that to me the other day. They really liked that one. But yeah,
That's a super raw shot that I hadn't seen yet. Like you had kind of like preluded an idea from how you got it, and I was like, yeah. It's kind of like it's kind of I call that video a little like a little Beats. Like if you've seen, I'm pretty sure is it Beats or is it? I think it's Beats' new commercial with all the NBA guys.
Okay.
We're on their court and they're moving, and the camera really like locked. It's a different style of like depth and like the way the camera moves with the body.
Right.
And like I call it more like a Beats-esque style shot.
Okay.
Like you just don't see it.
Okay.
That's what I kind of like.
Yeah.
It's different than that, but it's similar.
This one feels more like personal, I think, this video.
Oh,
I'm like close to you the whole time, and I'm doing a lot of movement with your body, with the camera. So yeah, I think this one did feel more personal after it was made.
That's probably a great way to put it.
And I didn't really know how I felt about it, like I typically do, until I just like sat back and watched it, and then I laughed out loud to myself. I was at home by myself.
Yeah.
And it's finished, and I sat back and I played it, and I just started laughing. I'm like, this is awesome.
Well, and you never say that about your videos.
Yeah.
And like you texted me because I was texting you like, hey, are you close to done? Because I was excited to see it.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, this is a banger. And I was like, send it over now, because you never say that stuff about your own work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're critical just like anybody of their own stuff.
Yeah.
And so I knew it was going to be sick, and I definitely agree. It's one of your I'd say most creative videos you've done.
Yeah.
Just because you were like, I got to do something different.
Yeah. Yeah, it was new. I mean, yeah.
For sure.
What song did I use for that?
Oh, dude, I don't even know the name of it. It was cool though. It was really cool. All right, let's move on to the next vid.
Sure. So the other project I've taken on is Sanford Pentagon Volleyball Academy.
Yeah.
So we've done a few things, done a few videos for them. We just filmed another one last night that I'll put together this afternoon. We shot a jersey reveal.
Mm-hmm.
They've had them for a couple weeks now. So we'll be putting that together. But we did they want like not short necessarily, but just creative and funny. Nothing too serious for the most part.
Yep.
Videos, they want something more relatable to their audience.
Yeah.
So they're all high schoolers. So I mean, it doesn't need to be
this intensity. It needs to be lighter.
Yep. And so I made a sizzle reel for them. It was just like 20 seconds long. They actually liked that. That was more making them look badass, you know.
Yeah, look elite.
Yep. And so we did that, and then I made them. I didn't really hear much feedback from them on it. And so the next video I made was just a comic relief, not supposed to be taken too serious, and it was how to stay warm in the wintertime.
And you were kind of like meh about it, and I was like, I thought it was cool.
I was very mad about it. And yesterday, when me and Nate were working, he pulled it up. I told him about it. He went and found it and pulled it up, and he laughed. He goes, "Oh, dude, this is great."
And that's what I said.
Like, this is so dumb. And then I told him about, I had seen a post about... on Instagram, let's say you make a project. Let's say you put 50 hours on a project.
Yep.
Get 500 likes. Nowhere near what I'm getting, by the way. Let's say you post an Instagram video, you have 50 hours in it, you get 500 likes. and you post a different video that you put an hour into, and you get 40,000 likes. That's just the way it is. Like, and I've already come across that with just the 8 videos, 10 videos that I've done recently.
Have I not complained to you about
And you've said the exact
for
thing.
years?
We talked about it for years. How you could post.
I'll put my most quality where I put a lot. Like I'm like thoughtfulness,
Yeah.
quality, like impactful.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what I had said there is impactful, and the reach is tiny.
Yeah.
It's effective. Like the people it does reach, I get feedback from, which so I'm stoked about that.
Mhm.
But then I'll put out something dumb off of a cell phone.
Yeah.
And
Just a photo.
just a photo
No
that
production.
I put no work into. Yeah, no production, or just a cell phone, like video off of a cell phone, and it'll reach 50 times the amount, get 20 times the engagement.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I film everything on my phone then? Dude, I posted a dumb like on like when we were in New Mexico following the blood trail on
Yeah.
TikTok, and it had 120,000 views like overnight. And I'm like, I've had my YouTube channel going for years and it'll have 120,000
Right.
views. So it goes to show you.
And the story behind that was, don't let it affect what you create.
Correct.
It wasn't fall into it.
Correct.
So
Exactly, because you could fall into
making B production.
making this
content.
making low grade content. But at the same time, I go into the sense of what I've come to conclude is I don't get overly caught up now in having everything be A+ quality.
Right.
I view it as quantity is my quality.
Yeah.
And so I try to get out more and more stuff, but I still make sure I have my main pieces. The people can expect my main pieces
Mhm.
that I put out to be higher quality. And then I have my everyday pieces that are, mid-range or
Yeah.
self-filmed. And then I have my whatever daily pieces that, are going to be higher quality photo edits again. And so it's a combination of things because I want
Yeah.
people to know, like, hey, it's okay to pull your phone out.
Yeah.
And I don't have time to pull my DSLR out and edit something that, hey, sometimes this is going to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be like, hey, guys, I am putting the Seeker stuff together right now, blah, blah, post, quick, go. Well, you know what? Not everybody on my social is going to see my stuff anyway because that's how algorithms work
Right.
on social medias. And so if I can put out 6 to 8 posts a day, I don't have time to film and edit all those. It's
Yeah.
impossible for me to.
Right. You be at your desk all day.
Yep. And so it's like, I've just found out that I don't judge myself if not everything's the quality I'd love it to be.
Yeah.
Because I can't afford to give you $60K a year to do everything for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, if I had somebody like doing all that,
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, you'd see that. But you're totally right. You can't let...
Yep.
you have to do what makes you happy too. Like, for what
one-
you enjoy to put out.
Exactly. And 2, so 1,
Okay.
enjoy what you do. 2, don't care about the numbers. Like,
That should be number 1.
yeah. Like when I stream, I haven't streamed lately, but when I did, I started turning off the viewer number.
Yep.
So I couldn't even look at it. So I
Yep.
didn't even know if there are people in there or not.
Smart.
And then, 3, don't fall in love with what you're creating. Each project, I think. Like, I love my projects.
Yep.
But I try not to get caught up. So I could spend another 2 hours at the end of every project.
I've chewed you out for this
Just
in the past.
perfecting.
I've chewed
And
you out
so
for
like
that.
I spend a little time,
Yep.
rewatch it. Because I put out a couple projects and I'm like, God, I wish I would have watched it one more time. I would have caught it.
After you've already watched it 18.
Yeah.
I've done it.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you have to cut yourself off at some point or you'll just get caught up in it, realize it's not perfect and not ever release it.
It never sees the light of day.
Yeah.
But you'd be surprised how many people out there that are trying to build something that they love
Mm-hmm.
never build it because they can't let go of it being perfect
Yeah.
and just put it out there.
Yeah. And everybody else, it is
It
what
is
you
perfect.
wanted it to be.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
nobody knows but you.
Doing, you got to do.
Yeah.
At some point you have to do instead of talk.
Don't be a don'ter. Do
Don't-
do be a doer.
Do be a doer. Don't be a donor. You heard it here first, folks. Oh my gosh. But dude, but honestly, like, as silly and corny as that sounds,
Yeah.
I think a ton of people listening right now totally relate to that. We're like, oh yeah, I need to just put this out.
Just release content.
Put it
If
out
that's
there.
what you want to do. And I've been focusing on that a lot lately.
I've chewed you out for that for 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
Dude, you gotta put more out.
Yeah.
You gotta put more out. And I'm even like with you, like you're working on these projects. Nobody knows you're working on these projects. You should snap a photo and post it that you're working. You should take a 30-second self video and be like, dudes, this is what I'm working on right now.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, whatever.
Yeah.
Give a slight detail. Look for it.
Right.
You know, that's all content too, because people
Yeah.
do get intrigued and then look forward to things.
Yeah, right.
You know, and even if it's only your 10, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to start off with being your 10 people.
Yeah.
But everybody's so focused on like, oh, I need 100 people.
Yeah.
I need 1,000 people, instead of being like, no, I'm going to like rock it out with my 10 people.
Yeah.
And treat them like gold. And
Yeah.
then it, you know what I mean? Like, you'll figure out, everybody will figure out like their small tribe or their small like knit group of people is worth way more than a huge amount of people who half care or don't care at all.
Yeah.
You know,
Completely.
it's true. All right.
Does
Does that catch us up?
So that was the how to stay warm.
Okay. Yep.
That was just a silly one. And then I created, so Sanford has an Olympian come in, 2-time Olympian volleyball player. She's from Washington. Her name is Courtney Thompson.
Okay.
So she comes here a few times a year, help with all the kids. She was there when I filmed, and she's great with everybody there. Like, she's really down to earth. Like, she brought her Olympian medals, let all the kids wear them if they wanted to.
That is cool.
Like, it was very cool to see. Very, very cool to meet an Olympian.
Right? It's
Like,
a big deal.
Yeah. So, like, we got to chat for a few hours. Like, that was pretty cool.
That's neat.
And so she did a couple speeches, and so the last video I did was her a couple minutes long, just speaking to the entire academy, and put that one out. I think they're actually publishing that one today.
Oh, nice.
So
And I got to watch. So I think you showed me that. Sent it over
Yeah.
to me. That's pretty cool. Because she does. She connects well with the kids.
yeah,
It's motivating.
yep, she's very smart and down to earth. And, yeah,
Yeah. Pretty cool to have somebody like that come in and be able to have the kids have accessibility to. It's a big deal.
Yep.
It's a-
Look
it's a
up
really big
to,
deal.
look forward to coming back, helping more. Like, yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, you're getting tips from some of the best of the best.
Yeah.
Like, and she's not just coming in, giving the tips and leaving.
Mhm.
Like, she's actually giving her time.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Yep. She
That's
walks
super-
around court to court, walks, talks stuff. A lot of the girls helps out on the go. Like, yeah,
It's
it was
pretty
fun.
cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool for you to be able to like follow around that with a camera.
Yeah.
It's a special. You get to do some special projects over the years. You
Yeah.
know, like when you really stop and think about it.
Yeah.
It's been nuts. It's been
Yeah.
nuts. All right. Did that catch us up,
I think so. Pretty close, anyway.
dude? So creatively, man, you see, you getting sparks from like 2 months ago, moving here to now, like
Yeah.
just train of thought, everything.
Yeah.
Pretty nuts, different, man.
One thing I should mention
Yeah.
is I went to a meeting to try and get another gig here a few weeks ago
Okay.
and got turned down.
Okay.
Right? So they didn't reach out, and so I emailed them back a few days later. Like, hey, what's the consensus on the next video? Like,
Yeah.
they had something they wanted to do. I never worked with them before,
Okay.
and they wanted to do something very soon. So I emailed them asking about that, and I think they had already had somebody in mind. Kind of sounded like, but anyway, they had ended up saying they're going a different direction.
Yep.
And so at the time, my thought process is like, why wouldn't you want me to film your stuff?
Everybody should work with
It sounds very cocky, but like,
me. No, it's
I just think like, yeah, I don't know. You say something, I'm gonna say something wrong.
you're not gonna say anything wrong. Say what you want to say. I mean, dude, that's like part of small business. It's like you're starting to grow your small business,
Yeah,
and so like you're at that stage of like you're gonna get no's,
right.
and the no's are you're still early enough that the no's hurt worse than when you're several years in and you're
Yeah.
used to it.
Right.
It's like you do feel when you get those no's that you're just like, nobody likes me.
Thing
No-
is, like,
you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know if I felt like that.
okay,
I haven't really received a no. I don't think before.
okay.
Mainly because I've never had to reach out since I moved down here.
It's all been people reaching out to you.
Right.
Okay.
And so I was more confused. I wanted to work for one,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it just made me want to go work harder anyway. It's not like I went and crawled in a hole, you know.
See, but you took
Yeah,
that the right way.
yeah. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go film some amazing stuff. They're gonna see it and go, why didn't we hire him?
Exactly.
That's all what was in my head.
But that's the thing in life. So many people have they get the news of the no,
Yeah,
and it's go like you said, it's go crawl in a hole
Mhm.
or quit.
Yeah.
They don't like, you know what I mean. The response is crippling, and we've all had that feeling
Yeah.
of you want to just go cry on your bed or quit.
Yeah.
But you still have that choice to make.
Yeah.
You know, you can turn left, you can turn right, and Yeah, and that's where the people who succeed are the people who are just keep going. And that's when I say succeed or success, I'm saying people who are continuing what they want to do.
Chasing.
To me, that's part of success right there.
Yeah.
You know, there's not really this end, oh, I'm successful. Like it's,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because I think there's so much happiness that comes from chasing what you want to do. Like to me, that is what success kind of is. It's that process.
Yeah.
And so, or you can quit, you know what I mean? And then you have some regrets. You have that unhappiness that you still love this thing over here, but you gave it up really because you couldn't handle those no's.
Right.
People, common, man.
Oh, yeah.
Way more common than the opposite.
Right.
I think, you know, because, dude, I've seen a lot of, you know, acquaintances, friends on social media that I've, you know, we followed back and forth for years that have done multiple things that I've witnessed and watched. And some wonderful ideas, dude, that I'm like, this is going to take off. Like, they give this time, they put effort, it's going to take off. And months, not even months later, hardly, it's like, oh, I haven't seen a post on that in a while. I go look it up, and it's like,
yeah.
They just gave up on it.
Yeah, they stopped 2 or 3 months in for no apparent reason.
Yeah, well, it's because they had an expectation of, like, this thing growing to this size.
Very quickly.
Yeah. And it's like, nothing rare. I mean, there's some people. Some stuff grows fast, and that's great. But for the most part, stuff is slow.
Yeah.
And it's little steps, maybe a little fall backwards again, little steps, you know. And it's gonna take a lot of freaking time.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't get caught up in. I only have 6 people paying for my members right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna take time. Like, you gotta let those people grow and see value, so they can recommend it to a friend, and then they see value in it. And, you know, I mean, and not being afraid not being afraid to put it out there,
right?
And only have 3 people come to your event, or 5 people sign up for your member section, because ultimately the only thing you're afraid of from that is what's it going to look like to other people if only 3 people come.
Yeah.
And people are afraid of you feel bad when that happens because you have this expectation of 100 people coming. And then we're so worried about how we feel internally or how we look to other people that we don't even try.
You just throw your ego out the door.
Dude, I met with my last podcast. It hasn't released yet. Met with a girl that comes in. She works with like relationship stuff, and she said it best, man. She was like, what would you do if you weren't afraid? Like, if you didn't let the fear dictate your decision.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, I saw, I'm like, I've never thought of it like that, but like, I'm lucky that I've naturally done a lot of that where I haven't let fear dictate it.
Right.
I have never thought about it in those terms, but I'm like, that's so true. Like, if you just stop and like, okay, I'm not going to be afraid, what would I do? If fear was gone out of this decision, what would I do? Oh, well, I definitely do that. That's what you need to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, sitting upstairs, we're just finished locking out our second flavor of Seeker, and I'm like, I need to come out with this drinkable multivitamin we've been working on. What's that do? It costs money to start that, right? And I'm like, okay, are we to the point yet where we should come out with a third product? Do we have the money to do this? Are people going to support it and they're going to buy it? I don't know. All this self-doubt for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And then, finally you're just like, nope. Lily just sent the email out to my guy. It's like, hey, we need to start production. But at some point you have to let the fear and the worry stop making the decision.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're never going to grow
if
you don't go. Like, I just made that up.
That's funny.
But it's true, man. Like, the fear's gone. What would you do? Okay, you know what you're going to do if the fear's not there? That's what you need to go do.
Yeah.
I ranted right there.
Yeah, that was good.
Got me ranting a little bit. But rant in a good sense. It's just, it's true, and it's personal. Like, I've gone through it. It's not just me sitting here preaching something that, I heard this from somewhere.
Exactly.
It is actually like, I'm going through it too with everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a small business owner. I'm 31. I've owned the same business since I was in my early 20s, almost a decade now. And it's like, I feel like I have some stories I can share, and I feel like I have experiences that I can share that are credible.
Yeah.
You know? And now it's fun being able to sit down with you, who started their own business, and you're like, okay, yeah, dude,
going through the same
I'm
stuff.
in the dirt right now. And it's
in the
funny
trenches.
because I'm on your night, and I'm like, yep, I'm right beside you in the trenches. I don't feel like I'm any different.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, you just start gaining different perspectives, different approaches.
Realizing what you need to do, not only working 8 hours a day.
Oh, dude, yeah. In that Monday through Friday, there's no such thing.
Yeah.
Is that, some days, like, I might not be doing much on this Wednesday, but on my Saturday, Sunday is going to be full.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like I have a great opportunity on Saturday, Sunday to do some stuff that I haven't got up with during the week. And so it's not like this taking the whole weekend off thing anymore. It's just like I have 7 days per week to get stuff done.
Basically.
You know what I mean? My only thing that I have scheduled during the week is I have church at 10 o'clock on Sundays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like other than that, I'm like I can work anytime.
Yeah.
And bedtime doesn't have to be 10 o'clock.
Right.
Like you can work anytime.
Yeah.
And that's awesome.
Yeah, it really
I
is.
take a nap anytime if I'm burnt out and I'm like, dude, I need an hour
Yeah.
to go close my eyes and like de-stress.
Right.
You can go do that.
You can sleep in and just work later into the evening.
Depending on what your productive hours are, like you just gotta know yourself. And there's gonna be days where you're like, oh, can't sleep in because I am swamped.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, I'm
Like
gonna go.
today, I was taking today off from the documentary. I'm like, sweet, I can sleep in, like rest up. It's like stuff has been exhausting.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
Oh yeah.
And then we planned the podcast for this morning. I ended up showing up late.
Yeah, you did.
So,
Text me after he's supposed to be here. I'm late.
no
No kidding. I know this.
And so,
I'll be there soon.
today's gonna be my day off. Wrong. Doing the podcast. I filmed last night after I'd edited all day.
Yep.
And so gonna go do that this afternoon.
Yeah, you filmed for Stanford after you edited
Yeah.
all your documentary stuff.
Yeah.
Long day. But now you got to go edit that up. Get it
Right.
up. You can't sit on it for days.
No.
Everybody sits
not
on the
going
footage.
to.
Like,
I'm like, yeah, I'll probably go get this done for you guys tomorrow. They're like, oh no, don't worry about it. I'm like, I'm going to.
but if it doesn't get done, it actually takes you more time.
Yeah. I lose inspiration and like a passion for the shots that I just got.
Yep. And then it's harder to sit down and actually work on it.
Yeah.
I've noticed that with our hunt films when I edit them. I'm like, the faster I sit down and work on them, usually the better they are too, and the more into it I am versus like process. Like
like that one, the last video we did, me and you, I think that took me like half the amount of time as the one before.
yeah,
I don't know how.
we had that filmed and kicked out in like 8 hours.
Yeah, and half of those I spent trying to find a song.
Yeah, you spent 4 hours finding the correct song. You said.
Yeah, and then I switched halfway through it.
Perfect.
I was literally editing to the music, to the song that I had in there. I was doing a Nipsey Hussle song.
Nice.
That's gangster stuff.
Gangster.
And I'm like, this just isn't doing it for me.
Yeah.
I literally deleted it. I'm like, I'm gonna go find a new song.
Which means all your cuts are going to change.
Yeah.
Like people don't realize that. Like it's not like you keep the video the same.
No,
Everything changes.
Yeah. So
It's time out the window.
It was completely
It's trashed.
But as soon as I put that new song in there, I was like, the project was done in like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It was weird. Like I just found the right song.
It fit everything.
Yeah.
Motivation was there.
Yeah.
That's rad, dude. Well, I think we're closing in a little bit here. Good. Just sit down. We wanted to just sit down and chat. Like trying to get used to we didn't really have a subject today. We just wanted to sit down and catch up and just turning on the camera for some of these because they're just raw conversations.
Yeah.
And we're pumped to get the rest of this podcast set up. It's time to get the mics in here, increase the audio.
Yeah.
We've been having some issues with Anchor uploading our audio right now. So we're several podcasts behind.
Well,
So hopefully this gets out soon. But I'm uploading and it's failing processing. It's making me so mad. So hopefully we get all this stuff out soon and get caught up. That's why there's been some delays in these podcasts. My last podcast I posted on YouTube. So it was out on YouTube. And there's actually several up there on YouTube that aren't on Apple, all the platforms. And I actually recorded it on my phone off of the speaker, off of YouTube, just so I could get it up on Anchor to distribute.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what's going on. So keep figuring it out and get the podcast out to you with some fun stuff planned. We actually have a lot of people lined up here for the next few months to get in some new faces that we haven't seen before. We've just kind of been holding off because I wanted to get the setup going. So some of these podcasts I'm really looking forward to, but I want the production quality of their voices, the sound, everything to be better. So we're just waiting on that, get it going. Kudos to Dad.
Yeah.
For the cool table, the cool Live Beyond Average desk. It's awesome.
It is.
He's working on some shelving for behind us here that we're going to do some cool stuff with.
Nice.
And I think it'll be an interchangeable project. Certain times of the year we'll swap out different stuff.
Yeah.
We'll change it up.
Get a Kobe jersey.
Yeah, actually I went and pulled out one of my cards of Kobe. So we're going to put Kobe card, some basketball cards and stuff back up here.
Nice.
So I have my Jordan card, a card that I want to put up, one that's special to me. My Kobe card that's special to me. I got Mahomes Crunch, his cereal from Hy-Vee.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to go up there. I actually have a rag from the Super Bowl that they just won the Super Bowl that one of my clients was at the Super Bowl.
Wow.
And he was kind enough that he grabbed one of the Chiefs like rally rags.
That's
brought it
sweet.
back and gave it to me.
That's
like
sweet.
super thoughtful.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put that back up there.
Nice.
And there's a bunch of random stuff that's just like fun that we enjoy. I'm really mad. I gave away a bunch of my Star Wars action figures to some kids,
Okay.
and so now I'm like, I need to go buy a couple new Star Wars action figures
Yeah.
because like I love Star Wars, and Eva now obsessed with Star Wars. Like she watches Clone Wars like every night.
The animated series?
Yeah, she's
Nice.
like into Star Wars every
Nice.
night. Can we watch Star Wars? I'm like, watching basketball, but yes, we can watch Star Wars.
Right.
It's a good trade off at least. So I'm like,
Yeah.
pumped she likes that. So we can get some fun stuff up here, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to change up our angles a little bit because I know like right now I have like the video shut off right
Oh,
here. So
yeah.
we're gonna have to like adjust a few things, but we'll get it all figured out.
Yeah.
So thanks for tuning in today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed just the fun, laid back podcast, jumping into a little creativity on the video side of things with Matthew Miller of Camino One Creative. Make sure you check out his handles, Camino One Creative or MFLEYE, MFLEYE. Aha, got it. So that's his personal page, Camino One Creative on YouTube. No, MFLEYE on YouTube, Camino One Creative on Facebook, Instagram. Check him out. You can see his latest projects. He's getting more and more content out there all the time. And if you have somebody that you enjoyed listening to or just want to let us know that you listened to it, screenshot your screen, post it up, tag us. We'd love to see that. Your support means a ton to us. Have a great rest of your day.